Hey guys, welcome to another scripted video. Today we're going to be going over some strategies that I use to get consistent on demons, as going for a new hardest demon can be very daunting sometimes, and it's something that I don't do much since I've had horrible experiences before. My first hard demon, for example, in Rainbows took me 3 weeks, and it's still the worst experience I've ever had with the level almost a year later. Also, my hardest demon as Frightenous Void was also really annoying to get done. But my crappy experiences are beside the point of this video, which is how to not have a bad experience with your hardest demons. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's just get into my first tip, which is about how to start off playing your new hardest. Alright, so my first tip is about how you should start. You're going to spend a lot of time practicing in the beginning, but that's not even close to all. Also, if you don't have at least the 5th version of Mega Hack, you should get that now, as you want to have practice music hack when beating demons. So, say you found that great level after binge watching demon replays on Nexus and Vibrant's channels. You shouldn't play from zero or open a copy and play the ending, or the best part of the level first. Get right into practice mode and try to do each part. If the level has a lot of game mode changes, then just place a checkpoint about every 5 seconds, or where there's transition. So in this first practice run, you should find the hardest part of the level and practice that part. A lot. This is what I'm doing with Super Strike, practicing the duel at the beginning of the drop a lot before I go anywhere else. I ended up dropping this level, but it helped me write this video. If you aren't able to do that part at first, that's fine, because as long as you can do about half of it consistently after your first practice run, that's good enough for now. Then you should go for a run of at least 25% of the level, preferably at the ending, since that's where you want to be the most consistent and, not get horribly unlucky like I did on Void. After this, you should make a copy of the level. If copy isn't allowed, just use copy hack. Then you should place your start position at the hardest part or hardest parts and practice that a lot. Once you've done that, you can move on to the next step, because your starting practice is finished. So you've just made it past the step where you really find if the level is worth your time. This next section is all about runs. One of the most important parts is consistency. Now you can start getting a bit serious about beating the level. Return to the copy and do some runs. I'd recommend doing at least 75 to 100 before moving back to your start position, or basically just doing the run you did before. After this, you should go back to about 65% to feel comfortable about 10% more on the level. This run may take a bit, as it took me around 1800 attempts to do this run on Void, since the end is really hard, and I wouldn't recommend beating a second half heavy level as your hardest, especially not one as insanely heavy as Void. Anyway, once you do this run, you can move to what should be your best run ever. A run from between 45 and 50 to 100. Yes, I know that getting a run of 20 to 100 on Translucent and 29 to 100 on Void definitely helped me, but it wasn't necessary. After this, you're almost ready to play from zero. Go back and practice and try to do some runs from some point like 20% to where you did your best run to 100, such as 45. If the beginning is challenging for you, I would go for a longer run like 10 to your run point, which in this example is 45. Now you're ready to play from zero, and it may seem very straightforward from here, but there's actually more you need to do when playing from zero. Now you've made it to the section where the grind really begins, playing the level from zero. It may take a very long time to get consistent with the beginning of the level, but once you've gotten past it about 20 times, it should get somewhat consistent. Do not be surprised if the beginning becomes annoying though, as it did when I was playing Sedulous and in Rainbows. These are actually really good examples of ways the beginning may annoy you. For the Sedulous, the start was by far the hardest part for me, and the pre-drop of In Rainbows was stupidly inconsistent and bad. I don't recommend In Rainbows, by the way, if I haven't made that clear enough in like 50% of my videos. I talk about this level way too much. Anyway, you'll start to slowly make progress, and here comes the main tip of making playing from zero as efficient as possible. Every time you get a new best, go back and practice that one part and get as consistent as you can. Every time you get far or get a new best, you could get down on yourself and continue the grind, or take a short break to get consistency, playing in the copy and just really practicing the parts that are hard for you. From here, all you can do is get more and more consistent. You'll be passing the first 15% a decent amount of the time at this stage, if not the first 25%. If this isn't the case, I'd recommend going through another short practice of the first quarter. Now we can get into probably my favorite part of making this video, giving you guys options for what demons to beat as new hardest. So I won't be going in depth, but I'll be listing 3 demons of each difficulty, except for Extreme Will, where I'll be listing 10. Some of these aren't my favorite levels of all time, but they definitely will get you better at the game. Keep in mind that it's completely normal to beat more than 3 demons for new hardest in each difficulty. Anyway, let's just get into the 3 easy demons. A great way to start is with Starpunk by Fertifunky. This level has some hard timings and is also over 2 minutes long, so you can get good consistency. Something that I still struggle with today. The next demon is my favorite 1.9 level, probably, Decode by Wreckage. You may think of this level as one of the hardest easy demons, but it's actually really consistent with practice. All you need to do is just get consistent with the wave at 26, the UFO at 60, which is insanely easy with consistency, the 78% wave, because it can be nerve-wracking and it's the wave, the Decode wave, and the ship after, which I actually find to be the hardest part of the level. Honestly, once you pass 88%, you should be good to beat the level, though. And an easy demon that's definitely on the harder side is A Dust by Felix Ram. This level has pretty challenging wave parts, and ship parts too. I don't really have any other tips other than to get consistent with the drop to 53. For medium demons, I think a great way to start is with my favorite level of all time, Fragmented Calamity by PTYX Alphas. This level is highly reliant on consistency, since there's a boss fight that you need to learn, along with the length being almost 2.5 minutes. Following this, I'd say that Amplification by Avakai is the way to go. I've never really talked about how much I like this level, but this level will get you very good at timings and fast-paced gameplay, with a drop at 3 and 4 times speed, mainly 4 times speed. For your last medium demon, I'd go with Lava Temple by Michigan and G-Boy, which is currently my 11th hardest demon, or the 2nd hardest medium demon I've ever beaten. This level will get you good at control, UFO, ship, wave, it has it all. This level also has some memory and just some old-style gameplay, so it'll get you good at that too. Hard demons are one of the most crucial difficulties to choose correctly on. This was by far the hardest difficulty to pass through for me, so far at least. I beat my first hard demon on June 24th, 2021. I beat my first insane demon on January 15th, 2022. Almost 7 months later. A great way to start is with Segulus by Samifying. It has some hard timings and ship parts in the beginning that no question got me better. The fast-paced drop also got me used to gameplay that's mainly at 4 times speed. This level still sits in my top 8 hardest demons too. After that, you should head to Zap by Darwin. This level may seem intimidating at first, as it was an insane demon at the time of creation, but it's still very consistent nonetheless. So consistent that this level took me about 45 minutes to beat, and it's my 6th hardest demon. It may be number 5 at times, as it and Crisis Complex, my current 5th hardest demon, are very close in difficulty. Finally, my 3rd hardest demon and favorite hard demon is a great level to go for as you close out hard demons. Translucent by Yakimaru. Even though I was playing on 60 FPS, this level felt very accessible, so this is great to go for no matter what your hardware is. This will get you good at everything, but especially wave and ship. This is one of the most crucial difficulties, so if you feel like you need to beat other hard demons, you really should. Insane demons are also pretty hard to get past, and I haven't even done that yet. Windy Landscape by Woogie1411 is a lot easier than it looks though, and surprisingly easy for a top 5 in the time of Cataclysm being number 1. Just get consistent and it shouldn't take too long. Cursed Nightmare by Ghost Apple GD is the perfect level to go for next, with timings and actually fun sync-based gameplay. This level pretty much covers every skill set, so if you're looking to improve overall, make sure to give this level a try. It does require quite a bit of learning, as some of the transitions are pretty bad, but they get very consistent with time. I dropped this level because of lack of motivation, but I should definitely come back to this at some point. A great level to end off with is Necropolis by Neptune, surprisingly. But moving into Extreme Demons, timings are one key thing you need to focus on. This Extreme Demons section will be very brief but cover multiple levels up to the top 50. Starting off, Helios by Canon Law is a level that will get you great at consistency, as it has fast-paced gameplay for nearly 2.5 minutes. After this, it may be hard to find good levels because there aren't many clear options, and this is where most people make the mistake of jumping. But there are some great and obscure levels in the middle section of difficulty that you probably don't know about. For your second extreme, I'd recommend Ferrum Frenzy by Zinpa. This level also focuses on consistency, but it's a bit longer and more difficult than Helios. Next is Emptiness by Arcid, a fast-paced mega collab that has hard timings, wave, and ship parts. Following this, speedrun is the way to go. The name suggests the fast-paced gameplay style, and it's nearly 2 minutes long. At this point, wave parts may seem very daunting, so to get your wave skill to a good place, I would go for Hyper Paradox by It's Hybrid, an easier and better version of Hyper Paracosm by Virus. The drop is only half the level though, as the rest has hard, cube, and ship parts mainly. Now you can start working your way up the demon list, starting with Crystal by Zeronium, which is currently at number 137. You can use your improved wave skills to succeed in the challenging wave parts, and if you aren't prepared enough, make sure to practice timings in straight fly, as this level is very heavy on both. Following this, you should head to Zafkiel, which is another test of wave, but it also has challenging parts for every game mode. After this, you should go for the Reaper, which has very flowy and well-synced gameplay. Now it's time to move to the levels that are currently on the main list, starting with Eternal Moment, a short and fast-paced test of skill of all game modes. The next level is actually Eternal Moment's sequel, Terminux. This level is longer, but features similar gameplay. From here, you should be able to decide which levels work for you, as you should know your skill set very well at this point after being a current top 40. Anyway, that's all for how to improve at Geometry Dash through beating demons, from easy to extreme and how to succeed. Also, just a quick note, I did use no-clip for the footage. Some of it was really obvious. I just wanted to get footage quickly for the video. Anyway, yeah, hope you guys liked the video, as writing these scripts often takes a while. Make sure to like and subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and yeah, that's all for now. See you guys.